Okay, y'all, I got a doozy for you this week, and it's our favorite subject matter, of course. Now, I was completely convinced, and then after reading the post from the said potential angle shooter, I'm not 100% convinced anymore. Let's get into it. So, sixth place finisher who was in the hand, Jamil Wakil, seemed to have some questions about this immediately after the hand, as did one of the other players at the final table, Boris, who mentioned that this might have already happened before.
If you didn't tell me you just did it to someone else, I mean...
I'm so sick about this.
So essentially the accusation came from Boris, another player at the final table, first, who said that with 20 players left, something similar had happened to his friend. He's claiming that Shevliakov fake misclicked.
Shevliakov in the small blind.
360.
Ooh. You can't make it.
That
360.
is
creating a raise that shows more weakness than strength, and therefore puts Jamil in a position of probably shoving when maybe he wouldn't shove if this is a 3-bet.
I think Jamil Wakil is going to go all in here.
Oh my God, well
not
predicted.
Wakil made a lengthy Twitter post describing why he came to the conclusion he did, and I suggest you read it if you're interested in this. Some of the key points that he brought up are screenshots which appeared to show Shevliakov looking directly at him as he's preparing to make his raise. He also said the dealer announced the action as it went through, and most notably he said that Shevliakov had never been verbally announcing his raise sizes, so this also raised some suspicion.
Shevliakov has not announced any raise at the feature table in all the time he's been there. This was the first time he verbally announced his raise before he put the chips in.
That's enough for me.
Seemed a little sus to me, to be honest with you, until I read the response post from Shevliakov where he explained his situation. He talked about what had happened in the hand with 20 players left, and then specifically talking about what had happened at the final table. He brought up being flustered because he didn't have cash to pay for the tea, which you can also see in the live stream. He had brought up that sometimes things are a little more complicated when you're not a native English speaker, and some things can sound like other things, and also just being extremely nervous, stressed out. He didn't have glasses. He said it was shiny. It was on the other side of the table. And it all seemed kind of reasonable also. So I guess the question is, what do you guys think? Was this an angle shot?